Watch a few side hustle videos and you'll start to get super excited about how easy it is to make $1,000 a month. After all, that's what Mark Tilbury tells us, but you're not seeing even half the story. We're going to expose to you the YouTube side hustle mindset, and it begins by them telling you to make the number one entrepreneur mistake.
All right, George, so I'm not even going to guess. What do you think is the number one entrepreneurial mistake?
I don't think, AJ, I know it's the number one mistake. And it's in my book, The Next Level Entrepreneur: Focus Your Passions, Map Your Direction, Build a Great Company. And there's a chapter in the book called Ready, Fire, Aim. And the book is letters from a seasoned entrepreneur to a younger entrepreneur. And that's how I unpack my entire Next Level Navigator process. Well, in this letter, let me just read to you what Mr. A, that's his name, the seasoned entrepreneur, writes Max. I have yet to meet an entrepreneur who is not ready to start their business the instant they were struck by the proposition of their vision. In fact, many entrepreneurs operate with a ready, fire, aim approach. Sometimes they hit the mark, but typically they miss more than they hit. Their solution? Shoot more, thereby increasing their odds that they will have a few hits. In business, as in the military, and so Max has been in the military, that's the metaphor here, misses can be expensive, especially for a new company, because you only have a certain amount of resources. So what they're saying here is, you get excited about something, go after it, because that's going to be what you want to do. Make a lot of money.
Exactly. And as you're reading that, that's exactly how I felt when I started my business. Was the second I had the proposition for the vision of selling this medical device, the first thing my brain went to was, oh, we could start selling that by the summer, which was like 3 months away. And so
Right.
No planning whatsoever, just, oh, you have a medical device? I'll start selling it. I'm ready, and let's fire.
And so if you read the book, planning, that's actually not what he's talking about. Like business plans and things like that. What he's actually talking about is aiming. Where are you headed with this? And if your answer is, well, George, I want to make a lot of money, I go, that's great. Nothing wrong with that, except there's one small problem. That's not a direction.
Mm-hmm.
Making money is a metric, okay? It's like how fast you're going or how far you went. It's not telling you where you went. And that's what Mr. A is really talking about. And so if you don't aim first, you're not going to hit whatever it is you're not aiming at. Make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. When I was trying to just sell the device, to answer your question, I would have said, well, whoever's going to buy it. I'm not aiming at anybody. Whoever has money and wants the device.
Right. Yeah. So let's take a look at some of these side hustles. And here's one from Joshua Mayo's video, 6 work from home side hustles to quit your job in 2024. They're either how to quit your job, how to get rich, and this will happen in 2024. Okay? Keep that in mind. Here it is. Create specialized YouTube channels focusing on niche topics like software tutorials, entrepreneurship advice, etc. Well, hello, AJ. That's what we're doing here. Now, these channels can generate significant revenue through ads and sponsorships. Okay, guys, we've talked about, catches and things like that. I mean, come on. It sounds so easy. You just put the channel up and boom, the money starts coming in. Read the fine print in the YouTube rules. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of view time in a consecutive 12-month period before any sort of AdSense kicks in. And when it does kick in, we're talking like a few dollars.
We're over 80 episodes at this point, and we still haven't hit that benchmark. So just for any of our audience who thinks a specialized YouTube channel is going to be your side hustle, you might want to think about doing it for a couple years first before you're going to make any money.
And part of it is, guys, look, you got to get comfortable with the camera. You got to start learning how the algorithm works, because YouTube is different than Instagram, and that's different than LinkedIn or Twitter. And so you've got all these different things to consider, and you got to learn the platform. You've got to learn what your audience wants. You've got to find your audience. And yeah, you might have a couple just blow up on you. But the chances are, if they do that, it's not sustainable.
Yeah, it sounds easy, but the learning curve, as we found out, is steep. And all you can do is keep making incremental improvements like we have been throughout the podcast. But those incremental improvements are only incremental. It doesn't just, you make an improvement and boom, now we're going to have a YouTube channel that I can call a side hustle.
Right. So, AJ, you've been looking at some of these videos on side hustles. What's another one that strikes you as like, hey, this sounds super monetizable?
I saw one in a video from Shane Hummus where he said you should start your own custom clothing line. And I actually know a few people who have started custom clothing lines.
I do too.
And the vast majority of them stopped very quickly and still have a bunch of boxes of inventory. And then the one guy I know who's still going on, he also has a bunch of boxes of inventory, and it's just a grind for him to keep selling it year in and year out.
Right. And now the guy I know, the last time I talked to him, I think he had boxes in his bedroom of sweatshirts or something. So, and guys, part of the reason we're talking about all of this is like, we want to save you the pain of that. First of all, you got money tied up in all that inventory, and the manufacturer made the money. So it's like, golly, there's easier ways to make a side hustle.
Yeah. And the catch here is you have to make sure there's a market out there.
Yeah. So Mark Tilbury talks about in his 7 side hustles to do in 2024, if you're a student, okay? So his audience is a student. Now, this one is online coaching. And so he tells this example of Jack left his $70,000 a year job for $7,000 a month. Okay, first of all, that's a great trade-off. He's making way more money. All right.
First of all, though, what student is making $70,000 a year?
And that would be a catch. Okay, guys, you have to listen to this stuff critically. Okay, that's what we're trying to train you on here, because so here's what he switched to: online fitness coaching, offering personalized plans and check-ins. Any laptop suffice to start. Time to learn, 2 out of 5. Okay, wait. There are certified training programs to be a physical trainer. Okay, and then you've got to train people. You've got to have some experience doing that. How do you even know your plans work? You can't just open up a laptop and start dishing out plans and go, well, you need to be doing sit-ups and push-ups. They work for most people.
Check in with me in 2 weeks.
Yeah. And money needed, 1 out of 5. So you don't need any money. And ease of making $1,000, 1 out of 5. Because why? Because Jack's making $7,000 a month. So for you to make $1,000 ought to be easy peasy.
You only got to put in the 1/7 of the effort as Jack.
Right. I mean, yeah, I don't think so. Because we keep coming back to things like, 1, do you know what you're even talking about? And 2, who's the audience? I mean, where are you getting people to buy your stuff? Okay.
And why are they going to come, and tying both of those together, why are they going to come to you versus all of the other fitness trainers or all the trainers that are at their gym or any gym that exists? Like, why would they choose you online from your computer over anything else at their fingertips? Right.
So another one Mark talks about, which honestly makes sense, it could make sense, is managing a Discord server. So if you don't know what Discord is, it's a very robust chat, put up videos, all this kind of stuff to build community. So you can do DMs, all this kind of stuff. All right. And Chris makes $115,000 a month managing Discord servers. Okay, guys, that's over $1 million a year. managing Discord servers. That's a full-blown business. He's got people working for him. I assure you he does. Okay. It's easy making $1,000 a month. Just guess, AJ.
Based off of what we've seen so far, I'm going to go with another one because he's making 115,000 in a month. So anybody can make 1,000 in a month, I'm sure.
That's the math right there. And time to learn. Oh, it takes a little time to learn. But you can start doing Discord servers and, you'll get better and better at it as you do them. Here's the thing is, how do you get business? Well, go to Fiverr, go to Upwork, go to, you're not going to get, what is it? $115,000 a month. Or you got to have a whole bunch of businesses. Now he tells the story on Chris, and this is interesting. Chris was doing it for free, reached out to Mark's got millions of subs and, he's a big name, right? And honestly, his stuff is really good. The way his content creation, it's incredible. That's why he does so well. That's why he's so successful. He's got years of experience at this. He meets Chris. Chris starts doing his Discord service. And finally, Mark says out of the goodness of his heart, I need to be paying you to do this for me. That's hard for me to believe. But let's just go with the story. And that's how Chris is now making $115,000 a month. So here's where we're going with all this, guys, is what's your reason for your side hustle? Because if you're just looking at these things, you're like, gee, it'd be easy just to start a YouTube channel or fitness or a clothing line or something like that. Okay, stop. You got to answer one of these two questions. And the two questions are, am I doing a side hustle to make money? So I need to pay extra bills. I need to have some money for savings. Or is it to quit my day job?
Well, why can't you do both?
What I'm saying is you could end up doing both, but you can't do both starting out. Because if you want to make money, that's going to be a different kind of job you may not really like. Okay. I mean, you can go into the gig economy, okay? Start doing DoorDash or something, and you can make money to cover those extra bills or put money in savings, okay? But that's not going to be a job you're going to do to quit your day job.
I see.
And if you find something you want to do to quit your day job, like let's say be an online fitness coach, okay? Well, that's going to take time to ramp up. Just about all 24 of these 3 videos we're quoting from takes time to ramp up and build the business. And so that's why you got to pick one or the other.
Yeah, because it'd be nice if you could make your side hustle your main hustle. And now I see what you're saying. Because if you wanted to replace your day job, you're going to have to think a little bit more long term, a little bit more strategically. Or if you're just trying to get some money in to fill whatever gap you have for the month, you just got to go find the most urgent thing that's going to get you the cash, like DoorDash, right? But if you're trying to build something long term, then you are going to approach this side hustle completely differently because you do want it to be your main hustle.
So it's time to reveal a big secret on me. I actually started doing what I'm doing today decades ago as a side hustle. We just didn't have that word. It didn't exist. We called them part-time jobs. But honestly, it wasn't, I wasn't doing it for the extra money. I wasn't doing it. I mean, the money was nice, but what I really was doing was I wanted to quit my day job. And my day job was running the family business. And I loved what I was doing in helping lead other companies as an entrepreneur and growing them. And so now my expertise level was very low because I didn't have a lot of experience doing that, but I had a knack for it and I had a skill for it. And so I started doing that. And when we'll call it side hustle, but it was just my part-time job, paid as much as my full-time job, which I've got to always tell this in the story, was pretty easy because family businesses don't pay that much anyhow. Then I left the family business and went to this new entrepreneurial endeavor full time, and I made tons more money. Okay. And so I could actually advertise making millions of dollars. Now, here's the thing. A lot of those millions of dollars got spent. Okay. Or, because you've got to pay for help, you've got to put kids through college. So I'm just saying, you need some retirement.
So you were part of the 20% of people who say that they're doing a side hustle just to quit their day job.
Well, maybe. They probably weren't even born. It's just to be honest. But yeah, so what AJ is referring to is we've done some statistical research on this. And so the numbers are 80-20. 80% of the people say they're doing the side hustle for money. 20% say they're doing it to quit their day job. Now, there's some other interesting statistics about those 80%. The median side hustle income is only $200 a month. Huh? I thought it was easy to make $1,000. Oh, it is. It is. 25% of all the people doing side hustles make between $1,000 and $5,000 a month. Okay. So you got a 1 out of 4 chance. Over $10,000 is 5%. Now, here's what's really fascinating. There's another statistic that says 31% of the people doing side hustles are doing it for personal freedom. So if you take the 20% doing it to quit their day job plus another 11%, 20 minus 31, saying, I want to do it for personal freedom, you put that together, guess what, guys? That adds up to 30% making $1,000 or more a month. Here's my point. The statistics really corroborate if you're doing this for a long-term directional purpose in your life, you're going to make a lot of money at your side hustle. And if you're just doing it for money, you won't. 56% of all the side hustle people out there are making less than $100 a month. That could be $1 to $100, 56%.
Wow. So George, how do you get into that 30% of people where you're going to turn your side hustle into your main hustle and it's going to be a real revenue producer for you?
Did I mention my book, The Next Level Entrepreneur? Guys, I'm telling you this because that's why I wrote this book. I'm not making any money by selling the book, okay? I'd love to, but it's got the full strategic process. You've got to focus your passions, but you've got to do this strategic process called the Next Level Navigator. You've got to aim. You've got to know long-term, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years? And what are the strategy steps you are going to embark on to start doing it? And here's the key to here's the secret to the whole process. It's strategy sourced in your passions. So why is that so important? Because it's hard out there. It's really, really hard. And you're going to have economic headwinds. You're going to have a tough time breaking through the YouTube channel or whatever it is you're trying to do. But if you love it, you'll keep doing it. And AJ and I have a passion for guiding entrepreneurs, leveraging our experience, making life better. And so we're going to keep doing this because we want more and more entrepreneurs to know you can do this and how to do it. Well, this podcast right now is a side hustle for us. It's not our main gig because we're not making money on it yet, but we will. And we want this and other things to become our main hustle. So guys, there's a link to the book in the description below. Also, I have an e-course on the Next Level Navigator. If you want to try that out, it's at a good price right now. So the thing is you need to figure out your passion, map your direction, and that's a great place to start. To get more answers on business, you can just click the link below and check out this video right here. I know you're going to love it. And until next time, may you live truly free.